Boats line the shore near Taylor's Sausalito location. You can hear the sound of the wind in their sails as you sip your Kia Royale. Hidden off Liberty Ship Way, it's a restaurant in a garage. And that's exactly what it's called, only in French. It's Le Garage.
This location is beautiful. People love it. You almost feel like being on the south of France. Hi, I'm Bruno Denis, co-owner of Le Garage Bistro in Sausalito with Olivier Souvestre, my partner and chef. I am originally just from outside Versailles, and Olivier is from just outside Rennes. He's always bring his little touch on the French classic. He always put a little something to make it different than anywhere else. The burger is actually one of the very popular ones. We like that, actually. Our burger is very popular, so on lunchtime. We developed a wine list, myself with our manager and wine director here. We mix pretty much 50-50 with California and French wines as well. So when we have French customers on vacation, it's always good to try to introduce them to something different, you know. Why people should come to Le Garage, it's just to have a good time. That's why we really care for it, to make sure when people leave, they're really happy and they bring us the rest of the family the next time, so that's definitely important.
Taylor, how did you discover this? Because it is sort of, you've got to know where you're going to get there.
Yeah, it's a little bit off the beaten path, but one of my best friends who grew up in Marin took me there on a lovely afternoon, and I thought it was just so much fun and so great. My favorite aspect probably is the atmosphere. It's when I have friends or guests visit from out of town, the destination I want to take them to, lively place with delicious bistro food.
And what do you get when you go?
So we had a little bit of everything at dinner. I had a rabbit pasta that had a really good balance of everything. Rabbit, noodle, and mustard, which I really like. It's delicious.
You're a balanced girl. You like to get all those little pieces together.
I'm totally about balance. That's, you'll look at my plate sometimes and everything's, you know,
some people eat all the pasta and then all the vegetables.
Yeah, I'm figuring out each bite, how to put a nice little ratio or proportion in there.
Right.
And I also love to go for brunch when it's a really pretty afternoon and see the boats, and their burger at brunch on a brioche bun with, I believe it's Morbier cheese, is delicious. Nice patty, and again, good ratio and pretty classic.
Of the bun to the burger.
Bun to burger ratio, you know. When you order a burger, you want the burger, you want the meat. So it's really about getting that ratio down, and I think they do a great job there.
And do you agree, Michael, with the bun to the burger ratio? Let's get into that discussion here now.
I would agree. We didn't get the burger, but I looked at it and I said, this would be a perfect spot for brunch. We decided to go for the foie gras.
Well,
because it's a French restaurant.
Right.
You have to do that, and it went perfect with the Sancerre. And we got the mussels, and the mussels, it was piling over the bowl, and it was a perfect amount, and that way we ensured that we got to dessert.
Well, I did the start of the foie gras, and I would agree. It went perfectly with the Chablis. Chablis was a little dear at $16 a glass, but it was a good combination. But I tell you, I think the squash blossom stuff with the crab beat out the foie gras. Very savory.
And they had the piquillo coulis around it, which was really nice because it really brightened it up a little bit.
We also had a really delicious mushroom soup. I think it was the soup du jour, though, so I don't know if it was there when you visited. It had truffle oil on top, which I think you can't go wrong anytime truffles are included. So that was delicious, and it didn't have cream in it, but it was still really rich without being heavy. So it was still rich, but really fresh and a little bit lighter, and delicious mushroom flavors, which were also a standout. One of my friends had the snapper, and there were morels, I believe, on the side that were her favorite aspect of the dish, and maybe even the restaurant.
And actually, the bread that they served, it was perfect. It was crusty. It's everything.
You sop up all the mussel juice.
Exactly, and we were ordering it for that.
Right.
And we found out that they actually sell it at the local farmers market. So we're going to track them down.
Was it romantic?
I'd say it was a little less romantic than Sausalito because it's closer to the water, so you don't see the water as much. And it's a marina, and the parking is restricted and so forth, and you've got to go 50 yards outside the restaurant. It keeps the garage theme. Can I have the key for the bathroom back? But it was exactly as promised. It's a Parisian bistro. It's in a garage. And I found, if I can switch a little bit to service, I found spotty. It was the two guys, and they're trying to cover the whole thing, and it was early evening, and it was pretty full.
I think the service is, you know, it's somewhat fun in a way because there's a little bit of the French attitude. I think they are all from France, and they have, you know, very specific demeanor, but they're also friendly and have, I think, a sense of humor. And we found the service to be fine, though.
Yeah, we actually got there early, and we were literally the only people in the restaurant. There were a couple of tables outside, and I was like, oh, here we go again. And we got the corner table, and we actually sat next to each other looking out. And by the time we were done, the place was full, and the place was hopping, and we had finished our bottle of wine, and I said, oh, could we split one glass? And he said, okay, and the glass, both of them were filled up to here. And I said, that's half a glass? And he goes, I'm being generous.
That's always good service, then. That's always good service.
Yeah, so I had no problem with the service at all.
And desserts. Did you find a dessert that you liked on this menu?
The fondue à chocolat. So you, it was baked very nicely. You cut into it. It had an espresso ganache in it. I would have liked to have had a little bit more of an espresso taste. I'm not a big...
You just have to order a glass to split then of more espresso.
I guess so. I guess so.
All right, this is your restaurant. Give us a quick summary.
Le Garage is a really fun spot in a garage, but also fresh, airy, warm feel with delicious bistro food.
Okay, and Bill.
It's a real bistro. It's in a garage. It's worth your time and energy to go.
Okay, and Michael.
I think for brunch, for dinner, anytime, it's theater and dinner all rolled into one.
All right. If you would like to try Le Garage, it's on Liberty Shipway in Sausalito. The telephone number is 415-332-5625. It's open every day for breakfast and lunch with brunch on the weekends and dinner Monday through Saturday. Reservations are accepted for dinner only, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $50.